Hey guys, Street What Ifs here, and today I'm going to be doing What If Deku Was Betrayed. And, I was supposed to make 5 videos today, but, as you can see, that didn't work out since it's like, my second video this week, or sorry, yeah, second video today. So, yeah, kinda sad. I'm very sorry. Next week, I should be pumping out videos daily, like every day or every 2 days. If I don't, then, I'm hella sorry for that. I can't say I'm gonna quit because there's a big chance I won't actually do it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I have nothing else to say really, and without further ado, play my intro. Now that's done, let's get straight into it. So we start off with, or we continue after Deku's going home. His mom hasn't seen him in a long time, so because when Deku went home from prison, I must say that he went or he stayed in the UA dorms because I'm gonna put the dorms in a lot earlier. So did it a lot earlier. Did it after Izuku went missing. So yeah, because they didn't want any villains because traitor and all that. Dang, I came out saying way too much. That's gonna get annoying in the future, isn't it? Especially for you guys. So yeah. While Izuku's going home, he doesn't use it. Goes on a different way. He rides a skateboard. This is a skateboard that usually Killua uses. He copied this from Killua, and he's also going to be a pro skater because Killua can do a lot of tricks on a skateboard. So, this is how he's going to be walking around anymore. Like, he doesn't walk anymore. If he's going upstairs, he's going to make um, a type of rail that has electricity, and he's going to make his skateboard kind of magnetic or electromagnetic so that it can ride up the rails. So, yeah. And make sure you can ride up the rails. And you can also, when he's going down, he's just gonna rail grind again. And yeah. He doesn't have the ability to make things. He doesn't have the ability to strangle things because in the show it says that Killua also or in the bio it says that Killua has also trained in enhancement and conjuration. Enhancement, as it says, enhances, and conjuration. I know I'm gonna try to say it. Dang it. Is being able to create things out of aura. So he's gonna be able to do that. Izuku skateboards home. Izuku skateboards home, and when he gets home, his mom, when she sees him first, she's holding a pan. She's just about to hit him, but she stops him and he's like Izuku, and Izuku smiles. He hugs his mom. Inko starts crying, saying, "Ah, Izuku, I've missed you," and all that because he's been gone for a few weeks, and Inko doing what there she is, can't stand that. So yeah, Izuku comes back. He tells mother hi. He tells his mother that what happened, and even though he got betrayed, he still has friends. His mother's happy. He tells her she's gonna cook, and she goes out to go cook. Izuku right now is in a room meditating because even though he can use Godspeed, he can hardly use it. And also, when I say use Godspeed times 100, scratch that. He's not supposed to get that until the first movie. He's not supposed to get that until the first movie. I spoiled something because it was early in 5 p.m. when I was recording the first one, like I showed you guys. So scratch that. You never ever heard it. So I'm not gonna use I'm not gonna use Godspeed times anything yet. Because I don't really have the ability to do it yet. Right, I don't really have a reason to use it yet. So when he got to the USJ, that was him using Godspeed alone, not times anything. So yeah, and I'm gonna change that person wasn't an island. I'm gonna say it was like Tartarus. So yeah. What now? Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the story. He's meditating because he doesn't have a lot of aura. Like, he has a lot to use Godspeed, but not as much as he wants. He wants to have near infinite amount of chakra, like Naruto level types, Nen, yeah. Nen. So, he wants to have as much Nen as Naruto does have chakra. And this is like adult Naruto has chakra, so, and Naruto exists in that world, so, he wants to get up to that level. He wants to have a abundance amount of chakra. I mean Nen. God damn it. I keep on saying chocolate because my first ever what if was what if Deku was a reincarnation slash had Minato's powers, which is, I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna make it better. I might do a redo because I did it very badly. But if you guys don't want me to do a redo, just tell me. I probably won't anyways. So yeah. Izuku is sorry for the sound if you guys hear that. I'm folding laundry right now. It's the worst time to do this, but it's the only time I can actually do it with my mom and dad figuring out I'm actually doing this. So yeah. And yeah. Pretty much he does that. He's meditating, and he's doing it, or he's a prodigy because Nen is like any other skill, you can have talent in it. Killua was exceptionally good at it, but sorry for that sound. Killua was exceptionally good at it, but Deku's gonna be a prodigy in it, so he's gonna have a massive amount of chakra. So damn it, Nen, damn it. Remember, it's not chakra, it's Nen. Nen, yeah, Nen. I need to say that. Nen has a massive amount of Nen. Naruto level type Nen, because Naruto has a massive amount of chakra, but change that to Nen. So yeah. So he has enough Nen that it could rival, teen Naruto, but he wants to rival adult Naruto. So yeah. We skip, his mom walks in and she sees him meditating. And there's this type of blue aura around him. Yeah, blue aura around him. And, his mom, Inko, she a bit confused, she touches him, he wakes up, not wake up, he realizes that, he's there, because he's in a deep meditation, he can't even, he can feel her coming, but he didn't really do anything, so, he taps him, the aura fades away. She asks what was that, Izuku tells her that, he unlocked this type of, energy, this energy I'm gonna call Nen. Like Nen, so he can use it. Inko asks if he can teach it to her, because yeah, Inko wants to spend time with Izuku, and by doing this, she could spend time with Izuku, and also get stronger. Like her getting stronger isn't her top goal; it's spending time with Izuku, but it's gonna be a side effect or a benefit of hanging out with Izuku. Izuku says yes because Izuku has time, wants to spend time with his mother too, because they've missed out on a lot of weeks, and also he hasn't really included her in anything since UA started. So yeah, they go down to dinner, they do that. Izuku after dinner teaches his mom, first she awakens his mom's Nen. Yeah, all that good stuff. He awakens his mom's Nen, so that she can finally use Nen. They test out what she is. She's gonna be, damn it, one sec. Where do I put it? Yeah. She's gonna be able to use manipulation. That's her, it's manipulation. So she's gonna have the ability to manipulate or use her aura to manipulate things. This is going to make her telekinesis a lot stronger. And now she can see Izuku while she's using aura, or while he's using his aura. Because before, when she only saw that aura, it's like just like a faint aura, because Izuku made it, or he's charging so much aura that she could see it. And because she is Izuku's mom, and when he walked in, he kind of had Nen around him. So that happened. Nen around him. He had Nen around him, which caused her to kind of awaken her things that make her able to see Nen and use Nen, but not fully. So she saw like blue hue around him, but nothing else. They practice on that. Izuku is telling his mom that she has manipulation because they did the water divination test. If you guys don't know what the water, damn, I'm talking way too fast. If you guys don't know what the water divination test is, it's when you like put water in a glass and then put a leaf in it. And by doing this, they figured out that she's a manipulator. So yeah, they practice on this for like that night. They both go to bed, and yeah. Izuku wakes up, you know. I'm gonna say that, he wasn't really sleeping, he was more meditating. But because he was, closing his eyes and resting, it seemed like sleep. So, he kind of slept while doing it. So, yeah. His alarm rings, he gets up, turns it off, goes, take a bath, brushes teeth. Yeah, all the regular stuff. Comes down for breakfast, His tells his mom hi. His mom says hi back. At this time she finally noticed, like, hey, what happened to your hair? Because Izuku didn't really explain the Killua thing yet, so she explains it. He's like, huh, that's cool, and all that. And he goes off to school. He is wearing his UA outfit now because the picture in the right is gonna be Izuku's hero outfit, while his UA outfit is gonna be the same, or uniform is gonna be the same. He walks into class. No, he actually goes into class 1B, talks to Kendo a bit more about their date, and they're gonna go to a cafe because Izuku, because of Killua's influence, is gonna like sweets a lot. So he's gonna like a lot of sweets. Because Killua almost about spent 2 million Rio, Zenny, whatever Hunter x Hunter currency is on chocolate. So yeah. So that happens. He walks into class. People are trying to be his friend again. People stay away from him because I'm gonna say that Ida still thinks of him as a villain. So does Uraraka because Uraraka sees him as a villain too. So that didn't count. So I'm gonna change that. Uraraka didn't really sit with them. He was sitting with Ida. Plotting and all that. So that happened. So yeah. She goes to class. He talks to his friends. I think I'm gonna call them Deku Squad. Yeah, he talks to the Deku Squad minus Kendo, because Kendo's in class 1B. But she's probably transferred real quick. Real quick, she's about to get transferred. So they're doing the what's it called? Yeah, they're talking all that. Aizawa pops up. He's like, "Hey guys, sports festival coming up real soon, like a week or two. So they're fine with that. Izuku goes on with his day. Lunch happens. He goes to sit with Kendo. He talks with Monoma because Monoma in this one is gonna respect Deku because even though, because of two reasons. One, he's nice even though all that happened to him, and two, because even when his friends betrayed him, he didn't go out trying to kill any of them. So yeah, Ida comes up to Deku. He's like, huh, what's this villain doing here? And then Deku ignores it. And then he starts trying to talk trash about Kendo, saying like, huh, lover of a villain. Izuku, snaps real quick. He activates assassin mode. Not Sneak Awakens, assassin mode. That's like Killua's more focused mode. Like if you were to compare assassin mode with Killua's regular mode, or just space power, you would see the difference. Because Killua in that one is gonna be a lot more focused. So assassin mode. Then he decides to use Ren, which is one of the 4 basics, is to like intensify your will. He feels this with bloodlust, and everyone in the room just stops. Everything stops. Izuku looks directly into Lita's eyes and he says, "I dare you." Say that again. I dare you. I'm free tonight. Why? Close my door, please.
Well, you feed at 7, no 6.
Yeah, I probably am. Before you guys ask me, that isn't my girlfriend. That's my sister. She came in wanting to ask me whether or not I'm gonna be able to play or do game night tonight, because that's a family thing we do on Sundays. So yeah, that's why this video won't probably be long, since what's the time? 5:07. That's fine. I still got time. It's because they said I'm moving at 7. Yeah. So Izuku says, "Ida, I dare you." Say that again. Say that to my face. Say that to my face. Say that again. Ida still not getting the memo. No, Ida does get the memo. He just backs up. He's like, "Nah, like I'm sorry, he like he just on his knees. Everyone else is confused, but Ida, he's feeling the full impact of Killua's. No, he's feeling like 10% of Killua's bloodlust. He's on his knees. He's dying. He's huffing and puffing like he just ran a marathon. He's like shit. He's like damn. Like what the fuck? I just got myself into. You know. Izuku says apologize. Ida says sorry. He crawls his way back. He doesn't even stand because there's no point. Ida learned his lesson. That happened real quick. That happened real quick. Izuku, they go back to eating. Day ends. Izuku leaves, goes to what's it called? Goes to his damn it, where is it? Goes to his house and decides he's gonna, get ready for his date. He decides to wear this, minus the headband. He decides to wear this to his date. Yeah, he has to wear this to his date. Minus the, actually, damn it, I should have a picture somewhere here. I swore. Damn it. I could have sworn. Yeah, he wears this. Sorry, he wears this. So he's wearing what Killua is wearing in this picture, the blue shorts, the gray shirt, the blue that's under the gray, and the shoes. No, he's wearing his regular red shoes, Wearing his regular red shoes. All that happens. Kendo gets ready for her date. She gets ready too. I don't have a picture of what she's wearing because I didn't prepare it. Because, hell, I'm just doing this right now. This is like on whim. I decided to record this video on whim because I literally had nothing else to do besides do laundry. So, yeah. Izuku gets ready, they go to the front of the school, Actually, scratch that. Dorms aren't there yet. Because if they were there, then they wouldn't be doing this. And he wouldn't be able to go home and teach his mom manipulation. So, yeah. Dorms aren't there yet. They're going to be there in season 4. So, yeah. Izuku does all that good stuff, He goes with Kendo, They do all that. And Kendo, they go to a cafe, And this is going to be a cat cafe. Because, I'm going to say Kendo likes cat. And, Izuku figured that out. Because Izuku's smart. He always was. Even before Killua came to help him. So, with Killua's help, he's now extra smart. So, all of that good stuff happens. They do all that. Izuku orders, Kendo's gonna order, pancakes and all that. While Izuku just orders, a chocolate sundae, chocolate, ice cream, chocolate chip pancakes. If you guys didn't know here, I really like chocolate. And I mean a lot. Chocolate and strawberries. I don't really like vanilla. Screw vanilla. Anyone who likes vanilla, that's a subscriber to me. You can hate me if you really want to. I don't really care. My sister does too, kind of, because I hate vanilla while she loves it. And yeah, that's funny though. That's a little story right there. I hate vanilla while my sister loves it. So my mom's always confused what ice cream to buy us. Because my mom buys this big jug of ice cream whenever she comes home, or whenever she can, because we usually have it for about 2 or 3 months before it actually runs out. Yeah. So yeah, Izuku does all of that. They eat. Izuku goes, and while they're leaving, they go to a movie. The movie fun. I would say it's Pitch Perfect 3 or something like that. Pretty good. And while leaving, Izuku asks Kendo, he walks her home, and then when they're leaving, he asks Kendo if she's gonna be, his girlfriend. Kendo accepts. because she wants to be Izuku's girlfriend. He hugs him, jumps on him, kisses him, all that good stuff. You know, and then she goes home or walks through the door, as she's only a doorway. And her house is old fashioned, one of those old fashioned Japanese sliding doors house. So she goes home. Izuku goes home too. His mom asks where he was. He finally had a date, and his mom's like, "Hey, I'm gonna have grandkids soon." Izuku starts blushing a bit because even though he is Killua, he's usually the one who's doing the teasing, not getting teased. And Izuku talks back to the saying, "Huh, maybe you will very very soon." You know, you know, Inko is like, "Hey, wait, hold up." Like you guys are still kids. Like not yet. I want grandkids to know, but like not yet. you know, Izuku starts laughing. So does Inko. And Izuku teaches Inko more about manipulation. Inko at this point could carry, I would say, she could carry a car, a regular car, a regular sports car. While like the biggest she can carry is like a 1-story building if she tried her hardest. And he was also training his mom in like, I mean, Ideku's also training his mom in physically. So Inko's gonna go back to being that tall, beautiful, like even though she's older than me, we have to admit, Inko before Deku's depression was looking very nice. Hasashi, I know why you ate her, but I don't know why. I don't know why you left her. Real sad, real shame. That all that happens. Izuku, for that 1 week, trains his mom, him and Kendo keep in track. The relationship is building up real quick. So, yeah. Killua trains his mom physically, but not enough that it actually hurts her. He trains to, like, near-death situations or to a point where he's gonna die. While he trains his mom to like a decent part, like like 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, and a 50-kilometer-mile run. And then it goes to 100 while she's actually ready and she can do it with no trouble at all. So she's tall, buff, and looks like the regular Inko. No, not like the Inko before Izuku's depression. So yeah, and yeah, 1 week ends. Izuku goes back to school, and Izuku right now has, if you were to convert Nen into chakra, he would have Kurama level chakra. Naruto while using Kurama's KCM2 level Nen. So down, like he has a bunch of it. So if he decides to use Bloodlust with his Nen or Ren, that's what they call it, because Nen has 4 stages. I searched it up. They have 10 Zetsu, Ren, and what was it called? Was it called Ko, or was it called Hatsu? Yeah, Hatsu. Yeah, Hatsu. So all that good stuff. Izuku, if you also use Ren, which is to project your will or intensify your will, oh damn, he could probably kill with it. Like he could probably kill regular civilians and low tier heroes and villains. Like the ones that are ranked on like the 1000s. I mean 10,000s in the Japan. He could probably kill them like real quick. Like no one would even notice, or no one would even have the ability to say it's him. So he can easily kill people, and his speed is very good. He's close to unlocking a new mode, because I'm gonna say that Killua in this one died when he was 15, and he died suicide because going against a strong enemy, he used sacrifice again. So he got depressed. Ahsoka didn't have the ability to heal him this time. She could, but she just couldn't, and this is because of me. So I'm sorry, Killua, but it had to happen. So, he died young, but while he was still 15, he was developing a new ability called Devil's Speed. So he's developing a new ability called Devil Speed. So yeah. So Izuku, he's working on this because Killua, he didn't actually get to. He had the ability to use it, but it was like more on like a whim or when he got pushed to a dire situation, so he couldn't really use it all too often, and he couldn't perfect it. So Izuku's practicing on that for that whole week. And now let's get to Sports Festival because I've been holding it on for way too long. Ooh, I'm going to enjoy this. You know. Class 1A walks up. Izuku. They all go to a class. Izuku talks to Kendo before leaving. They get there. Class 1A gets their name called up. Bakuso, the what's it called? Still class representative because he still got the top score in the entrance exam. So yeah, that happened. Bakugo goes to the stage. His is different. He's like, I'm gonna win, and if I don't win, he's gonna win. He points to Deku, and it's nice and simple. That's all you guys need to know. Everyone starts booing at this, but this is very different from Balco, and Class 1A can tell because Balco is usually very prideful. Be like, I'll win, no it's better than me. But Bakugo, one is from the Deku, and two, he's going to actually, what's it called? Yeah, he's going to what's it called? Yeah, he actually learn that he's not strongest. He's definitely not the strongest because he's seen how Izuku bloodlust or only his bloodlust knocked out all those villains. He knows for a fact he's not the strongest because he could probably knock him out without even moving. That happens. They get ready for the race. Izuku's talking to Kendo. Kendo stops, moves up. Uraraka looks at him and is like, psh, villain. Deku ignores this because it's not anything towards Kendo. So Kendo, that happens. President Mike says 3, 2, 1, go. And Izuku's just there sitting down, he has like a bag of chips in his hand. Everyone else is running while he's just there eating, By the time Todoroki and Bakugo get to the second stage, Izuku decides like, it's time for me to actually, start going, So, he activates God Speed. People are like, huh? In a flash, Izuku's right beside. Damn it, I just did a Minato reference, didn't I? Yeah, Minato reference, if you guys know, because Minato's got the yellow flash. He gets there in a flash. So, gets there in a flash. Right beside, Bakugo and Todoroki, he starts to lower down his speed so, he can walk or run while talking to them. But it's morely just jogging or walking at this point. He's talking to them. They're talking back. Like, even though they're pushing themselves, they're still talking back. They get to the third stage. Izuku, he says them to stand back. He puts electricity into the ground, and he shocks the whole floor. He shocks the floor. Or he shocks the floor, which causes the things to explode all over. And then, he doesn't let it's safe to go now. They go for running again, They're running, and, Bakugo turns to Izuku and he's like, come on, dude, like, just let me win, And Izuku's like, oh, Bakugo, my friend. Damn it. He's like, but I don't have to do it like this, Because begging him not to actually destroy all of them, They're right next, like, the finish line is like 15 feet ahead. No, yeah, 13 feet ahead. And no, 30 feet ahead. And Izuku's like, bye Bakugo, he's at the end right now. One thing is that before he even went at the end, he ran backwards to go grab his chips, then came back to the end. So he's there eating his chips, and Bakugo's just like holding his face. He's like, damn, because he sees Izuku with chips. This means that Izuku had time to run back grab his chips, then run back, or come back to the front. Kind of funny. So that happens. The battle comes out. The team stays the same, except there is no Uraraka Kendo. I'm not gonna explain the Kyrie battle since I suck at it. I may have done it back in my old what ifs, but I'm not gonna do it unless I have an idea of how I'm gonna do it. So yeah, he wins that too. You know, battle. Oh, I'm gonna do Shinso so dirty. It's just gonna be sad. So let's start this. I'm gonna do Shinso dirty. Shinso General Ed versus Izuku Class 1A. I'm gonna say Kendo makes it this time because I'm gonna say when Ojiro quits, Tetsu quits too. I'm gonna say just because he wants it to be Kendo. As I'm gonna say Kendo led their team and got them that win. So he wants it to be Kendo. You guys wondering why I paused? It was because my mom called me. Yeah, she called me. Be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. My mom called me to go do something. Do more laundry. Not like fold it, but like put it in the washing machine and all that. So more laundry. It's gonna be very hard. This is gonna be an extra long Kilo video, or I mean, what Deku was betrayed video, because I got a lot of time today. So Izuku fighting Shinso. Yeah, Shinso. So they get onto the ring. Shinso starts just talking crap. Deku doesn't really care. He's just walking slowly towards him. Then Shinso says like starts trying to talk trash about Kendo, saying like, "Huh, I guess you really are a villain." I know she just every song is like, "Oh, he's a villain" and all that, And he says, "Huh, I feel sad for Kendo. She's dating a villain. She might as well just be one." And at this, Deku snap. He puts out like 1% bloodlust. He puts out 30% bloodlust. The whole crowd can feel it. Shinso there on his face, and then Izuku says, "You're one to talk. You come in here, say you have a villainous quirk. One, people put you down, and what did you do? You just stayed down. You didn't train. You didn't do anything. Like you can see my friend up in the stands, Bakugokatsuki, right? Explosions. When you think about it, pretty damn villainous. But you don't seem to give a fuck what other people say. Look at him now. Class 1A. He trained. Look at you. Like, look at your scrawny body. Like, I've seen babies in more shape than you are. Get a grip. And then, he just bitch slaps, his Shinso out the ring. He goes flying into a wall. And, Izuku did like 50% power, bitch slapped him into a wall. Oh, Midnight says he won because at this point, Izuku stopped putting out bloodlust. So, people could finally feel at ease. The people in the crowd were, they were silent because, they could hardly breathe. Even like heroes could hardly breathe. All Might, he was doing pretty well, seeing as, it's not as big as all for ones is. So, that's good. Izuku is now, he goes back to the stand. He says sorry about that to Kendo, Endo says it's fine. And, yeah. And, yeah. Dang, I'm blanking again. I shouldn't be blanking, come on. So, all that good stuff happens. I keep on saying that. So, damn it, I said so, again. I should make a video. If I ever make a video that I said so, if I don't say so, like, I'll actually be happy. and I'll do my New Year's resolutions because they're coming up very soon. I already did one of them, become a YouTuber, so pretty easy. Now shiz. Now I gotta fix my what's it called? I'm pretty sure it's called a verbal tick. Like it's when you say stuff over and over again. Like you say that word more than anything else when you're doing something. So dang it, I said it again. Yeah. I should probably put a counter in there, for every time I said so. Oh, it's something funny though. It's probably at like 30 right now. But I'm not gonna put a counter because too much editing for me. So yeah, next round, Kendo versus who's it called? Kirishima. Kirishima gets clapped easy. Kendo enlarging them hands, bitch slapped him out the arena. His hardening, stops him from getting hurt and all that, but it doesn't keep him in place from big ass moves because he hasn't learned Red Riot Unbreakable yet. So yeah, that happens. I'm only gonna do Kendo's and Izuku matches because that happened because that's the only one I actually care about. So Izuku. No, when it's Bakugo versus Uraraka, Bakugo completely destroys Uraraka. No mercy. No mercy given to people who think that Izuku's a villain, Or, that treats Izuku badly. So, completely destroyed. Harder than last time, Deku doesn't give a fuck. People are booing in the crowd. When he comes up to the stand, he's like, hey, Bakugo, thank you. And, Bakugo's like, hey, I got you, dude, I got you. Because due to those 1 week of training, Bakugo and Izuku were together. And, their friendship when they were kids came back together. I'm gonna say that Bakugo didn't bully him as much in this one. Because, he didn't really see a problem being quirkless. Because to him, being quirkless doesn't mean you're powerless. It just means that you're not born with a power. He only bullied Deku because Deku wouldn't really train. So yeah. Izuku, yeah. Not Izuku versus Todoroki, they do all that good stuff. Izuku, is mom calling me again? Dang, she's calling me again. Be right back. Sorry for that. Sorry for another cut. My parents or my dad just came home because he comes home. He works in somewhere. He's a doctor, so he's doing his training. So he finally came home after 1 week because he works too far away to actually be coming home and going every single day. So yeah, he came back. He bought a bunch of groceries, and I mean a bunch of groceries. So I'm trying to get this done as quick as I can, or I might just take my time. Depends. So I'm gonna get this done as quick as I can, so that I could go get my stuff ready. I mean go finish this, help my mom and my dad with unpacking the groceries, and yeah, let's continue. Izuku versus Todoroki. Oh, I'm gonna be doing how often at this one. Todoroki shoots ice at Izuku. Izuku puts lightning charges lightning Nen into his hand and he shoots it. Or as soon as the ice comes, he hits it with his palm, like the lightning palm that who's it called? What's it called? That Killua uses. So it goes through the ice, breaking it. Well, this took a decent amount of Izuku. I think it took like 3%, and that's a lot, seeing as he has a lot of chakra. I mean, then he got about 3%. So Izuku's like, nah, I'm not willing to get out because he thinks that's too much trouble. Izuku's gonna be in this one's gonna be kind of lazy, but not too lazy. So Izuku, Izuku decides to pull off a Killua regional, which he uses Rhythm Echo. He doesn't know what Rhythm Echo is. It's just an advanced technique. Is that he's circling around. He's walking. I know he's walking forward. And while walking forward, images or after images of him start to appear, doing different things. Like one of them is like moving his hand to the right, one of them moving his hand to the left. One of them's kicking up, one of them's kicking down, and another one, just walking. This is him using rhythm echo. Rhythm echo, advanced technique. It's a technique where you combine silent step, which allows you to make if you were to move, then no one would be able to hear you, unless they have like a super hearing quirk, like Superman. So yeah, Izuku does this rhythm echo, and everyone in the crowd is surprised. All Might's like, huh, cloning? He Aizawa corrects him by saying, no, this is an illusion. This is a high level type assassin illusion called rhythm echo. Because I don't feel like there is like assassins in this world. Because if you're gonna have heroes and villains, you're gonna have assassins, like confirmed. So this is a very enhanced or high level assassination technique called rhythm echo. People are like, assassination technique, like, huh? You know, and they're like, huh? I was always impressed by this because he's seen people use this before, but not to this extent. Like there are like hundreds of illusions, while people he's seen do like one or two, and this is like to like get away from people or like to fake people out. And they're usually exhausted after doing this, but he can see no sense of fatigue in Deku or Izuku. Yeah, I'm gonna start calling him Deku. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna still call him Deku. So Izuku does all that. He comes in. Todoroki starts setting ice in waves, but he's not hitting clones. I mean illusions, and he starts to cool down or starts to freeze up. Not like freeze up like he's scared, but freeze up like because of his quirk. So Izuku takes his time to run at him. His speed, his like regular base speed in base form is like 40% one for all. It's seeable, but it's still very fast. So he comes up. He goes for a punch. It lands, but as it lands, Todoroki freezes Izuku's right arm. Izuku is shocked by this, but he just puts some lightning onto it, which technically melts the ice. He can see that Todoroki is getting cold. His movements are getting slower. He tells Todoroki uses fire. Todoroki says, "Come on, dude. Like why don't you my fire?" Izuku says, "Yeah, I know why, because of that faster endeavor. But come on, everyone here is trying their best besides me, because I don't want to kill anybody yet." I know he says that it's not his quirk, it's yours. Remember, you want to be your hero. He's already your hero. You are your own. You're yourself, and he is himself. You two are two different people. He has half flame. You have half hot, half cold. Remember who you are. Remember where you started. The old sayings. And then he remembers that flashback was wrong when he says, "You want to be a hero, right? Or become a hero." His left side lights him. He says, "Thank you, Izuku." Izuku just activates God to, and he's like, "Don't thank me. Thank yourself. Because even though I can convince you, you're the one that's gonna have to do it yourself." They charge each other. Izuku charges up, because like I said, they watch Naruto or Naruto exists in this world, so there are a lot of lightning techniques come in. He charges lightning in his left hand while. Dang it! My mom's calling me again. I'm gonna finish this up real quick. He tries lightning in his left hand while Izuku. No, while Todoroki's charging up his big fire attack. So, he runs through it. Izuku charges through the ice. Chidori versus Chidori versus the seemingly like the flash flame. I'm pretty sure that's what people call it. Yeah, flash flame or flash fire. They collide. Izuku is seen. His shirt is burned off. Half of his shirt is frozen. Half of his shirt is burnt off. His hand still has electricity on it, and he's seen standing. They can see that he has scars. People are they're kind of sad by this. They're surprised, but they also see Todoroki at the end. He's knocked out. There's a type of like I'm gonna say like he did Chidori, but instead of like instead of like putting it through his chest, he like put it into a palm like, or he just like hit him out. So yeah, they say that he wins, and yeah, that happens. Kendo versus Bakugo. Bakugo wins, but Bakugo didn't go too hard. He was still respected. Kendo. He went at better equally, but he didn't go overboard. Kendo loses. She's sad, but Izuku told her that she did great. You know, you know. So yeah, that happens. I'm gonna say that I forgot to say this, but when they were fighting, while Izuku was fighting, who's it called? While Izuku was fighting, um, yeah, while Izuku was fighting Shinso, when it was done, he told him to go train. Izuku, Shinso decides that hey, I'm gonna go train now. That happens, and yeah. Skip the rest. Izuku versus Ida. Ida gets completely smoked. Like, let's like completely smoked. He as soon as they say start, Izuku just shoots lightning at his um, engines, making them spurts out on overload, which makes them explode. And he was trying to run while doing this. He flew directly out the stadium because the explosion caused by his engines. Instant win. Not it didn't even last 5 seconds. That's how fast it happened. So instant win. Midnight analysis it happens. Todoroki and Okuyami versus Bakugo. Same result. Sorry for that. I'm not sure what just happened there. Game as always, he wins. Izuku versus Bakugo. You know, Deku just activates God Speed right away because he's gonna take who's it called? Bakugo semi-serious. As soon as Bakugo sees Izuku twitch, he shoots an explosion right in front of him. This explosion actually hits Deku. The way this happens is because Deku came in charging with God Speed, but Bakugo decided like, hey, you want me to kind of deflect against God Speed? It's not really a counter because he just shoots wherever he thinks Izuku's gonna hit him from. As soon as he sees Izuku muscle move or his leg move, so kind of like a counter, but it's not really a counter. So Izuku's like, huh, pretty good. This keep on happening. I'm saying this is happening for like a good 1 or 2 minutes until Izuku says, I'm done. He goes into assassin mode, no bloodlust. Just assassin mode. His eyes turn split like he just has to use Kami, no Serpent Awakens or God Snake Awakens. Her swinging his hand around. This hurts Bakugo. I'm saying he's not aiming for the kill, so it isn't as fast as the way he did to the Nomu. But he still does it pretty good. And Izuku, Bakugo has scratches on him while Izuku has like little burn marks on him. And Izuku and Bakugo say one shot. Then that happens. They say one shot, right? So they both say, huh? Looks like actually finishes one shot, and then it's like a bet. Bakugo's like a bet. So Bakugo starts doing this howitzer impact while Izuku shorting up. Izuku original, Damn it. If you guys have ever seen God of High School, think of that. So it's gonna be, he does wave of the blue dragon, or wave of the lightning dragon. He just does a kick. And I'm saying, God of High School also exists in this one. The show or the webtoon, so that it also exists. So he does that. He does strike of the blue dragon, strike of the lightning dragon, which temporarily, which that clash is amazing. There's this massive explosion. Half the whole stadium's exploded. Izuku, he's on less the piece of the stadium is on while Bakugo, he's still in the air. Izuku jumps up, catches him, puts him over his shoulders. He's like, "Hey, Bakugo, you did good." And Bakugo's like, "Hey, dude, you good." The crowd cheers, all that, and people are like, "Hey, he was right." Like it's either gonna be him or that Izuku kid. Izuku wins, goes up the stage. All Might even got medals. I'm gonna say Bakugo hates All Might now because of what All Might did to Izuku. And also Tokiyami's like, Tokiyami did very good. also goes to Bako. Bako isn't chained up like before, you know. I go to six metal out. He's like, huh? No, I don't need to put it on for me, you fake hero. You know, people are surprised by this, but you know, he says that, you know, it's because of what you did to Izuku right here. You know, All Might soundbites. You know, he goes to Izuku. He tries to put another on Izuku. He gets Casey. He's like, huh? Like who the hell you think you are? Like, after you already did to me, you think I'm actually gonna like, put a medal on me? Like, move that fat ass of yours out of here. And, you know, get the fuck out of here. You know. Crusty Dustin looking ass. You know, doesn't have enough balls to just show the world's true form. You know, they leave. You know, All Might kind of pissed, kind of embarrassed. You know, kind of sad. You know, one of those three emotions. They go. Work festival's over. Yeah, when he goes home, his mom's proud. After you know training, I'm gonna say his mom was like meditating while keeping her eyes open. So it wasn't as good as she was meditating if she kept her eyes closed. But you know, still meditated. So you know, her power now is she has like enough power to what's it called? She has enough power to lift a 10-story building without really trying. Because when you think about it, if I'm gonna make Killua strong, I'm gonna make Inko strong too, because Killua earned it, or Inko earned it, because you know no one ever really gives Inko power. You know they make Inko seem weak, while Inko very strong. So you know I'm gonna make Inko very powerful. You know, 10-story building without I've been trying, very easy. This is where Wash. I'm gonna say you can mix quirks and Nen, and everyone has Nen, but you just can't use it. So you know, yeah, that's what happens. You know, she mixes them together. You know, so her quirk, why this evolves to a high class telekinesis. She can use pyrokinesis, hydrokinesis, telekinesis, electrokinesis, control the earth, cryokinesis, which is ice. You can use or control wind. You know, and she can also make barriers. So, you know, Inko will be very strong this one. So you know, that happened. You know, and I'm doing this for a reason. If you guys don't know, I'm going to do this for a reason. It might come, it might never come. It all depends if I ever change my mind. But yeah, you know, Inko is very strong. She's also very buff, tall, and she looks the same, like I said before, or she as same as she did in canon, or before Izuku got depressed and because he didn't have a quirk. So, yeah, that happened, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I need to stop the video now because I need to record another video, which is probably gonna be what if? Yeah, what was it gonna be? Yeah, it's gonna be what if Deku was overhaul. That's probably gonna be my next video. Might come out today, might come out tomorrow. It depends. So yeah, no further ado. Peace out.